Okay, fantastic. Welcome everybody to today's Commodities Corner presented by myself, Phil Carr, at the Gold and Silver Club. Today, of course, we will be going through live market analysis. We'll go through a watch list of trade ideas, a forecast of where gold, silver, crude oil, and the commodity currencies are heading next. We'll also be answering questions and, of course, providing live support as well. Before we get into it, let me just introduce you to the Gold and Silver Club. The Gold and Silver Club is regarded as the go-to authority on commodities trading, and as internationally respected experts, our analysis and our opinions on the metals, the energies, the agriculture markets, they are routinely sought by major financial television channels and publications, which include Bloomberg, Reuters, CNBC, the Financial Times, the Wall Street Journal, and over the last 10 years, myself and my team of experts, we have trained and mentored thousands of private traders from all over the world on our exclusive research-driven strategies. For further information on our services, just go to www.jointhelivetradingroom.com. And also make sure you are subscribed to our week ahead commodity reports as well. You can do that. Just go to YouTube, search for the Gold and Silver Club, and make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel. We'll be putting out fresh content over the course of this weekend with all of our forecasts for next week as well. So with that, let's get right into it. It's been non-farm payroll day today. We'll go through our favorite trade ideas at the moment, our position right now, and really what we're looking at now as we go into next week as well. So first of all, let me just take you out and we'll have a look at Reuters, and I'll just go through some of the main market movers that we've seen today. So first of all, if we just have a look at the percentage moves right now, we've got oil, which is up, thanks Sharice, we've got oil, which is up right now, just over 1.5% on the day. Platinum is also leading the gains here with the metals, which is up 0.93% on the day, so just under 1%. We've also got the euro, which is slightly up on the day, 0.2%. We've got the pound, which is flat on the day, New Zealand dollar as well. We have gold, which is sitting around 1,317 US dollars per ounce, which is more or less flat on the day as well. Silver too, a little bit of profit taking on the back of dollar strength earlier on in the session, although the dollar is a bit muted now. And we're seeing overall some strength in the US dollar, Japanese yen, and we've seen some strength also in the S&P 500 trading at 6-month highs. But gold at the moment is still trading around the 9-month highs at the moment. So with that, let's just move over and we'll just go through some of the major news stories at the moment. And of course, the headline news item is the non-farm payrolls data. We're seeing the US dollar has been mixed. We initially broke out on the US dollar, then it's starting to drop. The dollar at the moment slipping on Friday after the US non-farm payroll report for January showed very little wage inflation. So you need to dig into the details, which is not just the headline non-farm payroll number, it's also the average hourly earnings as well, and the unemployment rate too. And we've seen the Federal Reserve this week, they've said they're going to be patient about the stance of further interest rate increases. The clue is there really. That was on Wednesday. As a result, the US dollar shot down in price. It caused gold, silver, platinum prices and oil to break out. US dollar, Japanese yen, US dollar CAD, US dollar Swiss franc all sold off significantly. And now really the markets have just been waiting for non-farm payrolls, but there's not really a huge change. So normally non-farm payrolls is used as a metric in order to see whether the Federal Reserve would be in a stronger position to increase interest rates. Well, as a result of today's non-farm payrolls, we haven't seen a great deal of change really. We've got gold here, which is more or less flat on the day, but still holding around the 9-month highs at the moment. In fact, if we go over and have a look just at the precious metals at the moment, we'll look at the charts very shortly as well. You've got gold here, which is steadying near 9-month highs. It's on track for another week of consecutive gains. Over the month of January itself was a very stellar month for gold. In fact, with a 3% move to the upside, the 3% gain for gold prices. So it's been a pretty stellar performance over the month of January for gold here. And what we really want to pay attention to as we go into next week is the potential for more upside. In fact, given that we're at such strong zones right now for gold, above $1,300, silver sitting around that $16 level, and platinum well above the $800 level at the moment as well. So today, really, the non-farm payrolls, we're seeing a bit of weakness come into the dollar. And what I really like to focus on now as we go into next week is going to be some of the higher timeframes here. So I'm going to be very focused on these as we go into February. Today, of course, being the 1st of February is the first day of the trading month. With that in mind, we can also look at the monthly charts as well, but I'll have a look at the weeklies first, and I'll go through the markets that I'm looking at closely. So, of course, today for the commodities corner, we'll be focused on gold, on silver, on platinum, on oil, and we'll have a look at US dollar, Canadian dollar, the Australian dollar, and the New Zealand dollar as well. We can touch upon the S&P 500 too. So first off, let's look at gold on the weekly chart. And this week, gold started off the week more or less above the 1300 level. It didn't dip below that. So it started off around 1304. We've seen very shallow retracements this week back towards that previous level of resistance there, which turned to support. In fact, at the lowest point of this week, we've barely crept below 1300s there. We've continued to see that as a very key level of previous resistance that once broken, then provides some support. So at the moment on Friday, as of just after 4 o'clock London time, we've got gold still trading around the 9-month highs. You've got a very clear neckline, which resides at $1,326. If we break that over the course of February, we could then really start to springboard higher here, make a move back towards 1330, and then above that 1340, and then 1365 is the swing highs going back to April and May of 2018. So what we'll be looking at as we go into next week will be to see if we do get a break above the neckline. You can see this very clear basing formation on the weekly chart, which has been in play now over really since about approximately mid-September, since the gold prices really start to break out and pick up momentum to the upside. I'm anticipating something known as a 3 white soldiers formation here on gold, which is where you have 3 weeks of consecutive gains, a bit like what you see here on the chart, where you get 3 weeks worth of follow through. We've seen that time and time again. And I'm looking for basically this to be the first week, second week, and then potentially push higher going into next week as well. Bear in mind, last week, just before the close, we suddenly got a big flurry of buying occur on gold, which really pushed the price back towards and above that 1300 level. In fact, this time last week, on the commodities corner, we were watching gold as it was breaking out towards $1,300. And since then, it's now at $1,317. And this week, it's broken out to $1,326 US dollars per ounce. That said, we may see a bit of consolidation here. We have had non-farm payrolls today, and you are seeing some profit taking on gold. It's about 90 points off the highs for the week at the moment, but it's holding up quite well on the weekly, which is what I'm more interested in at the moment, just to continue to really track the metals on the weekly chart. So then I'll take you over to the monthly chart for gold, and you want to look at the potential. Certainly this neckline, which resides at 1326, we want to see whether we will be able to break above this level over the month of February, because then that certainly opens up the door for a move up to 1365 eventually testing that swing high is what I would look out for. And gold, of course, at these levels right now, a lot of traders might be waiting for a pullback. Maybe they look for 1300, 1305, 1310, but retracements have been really shallow. Even on today's non-farm payrolls, we saw quite a lot of buying come in on a retest towards 1316. Today, at the moment, we're sitting around 1317 to 1318 right now, but it's still pretty much at the highest points towards the highs of the week here. Certainly, it's another week of gains here for gold. That then brings me over to platinum. In fact, platinum is on the verge now of hitting our profit target. Platinum is really getting going to the upside. It's almost there where we're going to hit our profit target. In fact, it looks like we probably will hit our profit target today for platinum, which is around the 832 zone. We're not far, about, 10 points away, just over 10 points from hitting that. We look on verge to breaking above the swing highs there. And it does look like platinum wants to break out higher there. So platinum is looking really strong. And it was interesting because last time round, after the European Central Bank announcement, platinum was the first mover. And we saw gold then pick up later on in the session. It was platinum that broke out first, then gold, and then silver. So platinum has been leading the move over the last couple of weeks. And we can see that it's on the verge of breaking above the swing highs. This will be for platinum. If it breaks above that level, it will be the highest level since about November. So in the last couple of months or so. And it looks to be, it's almost breaking above the monthly highs there. If we move over to the monthly, you'll see platinum there. I mean, it looks it looks pretty much like we're going to take out last month highs. And I would see the next major layer of resistance for platinum, other tthan 830, or other than the swing highs here, actually does reside around the 876 level, which is a major level of resistance there for platinum, but it looks pretty solid at the moment. As I've mentioned before, I see a good area of value for platinum when the price does get below $800. So typically, historically, that's proven to be a good price to look to buy into platinum and start to build positions at that level, which is exactly what we've been doing on every single pullback on platinum. We've been getting in at those levels. Where we are at the moment, it looks like I wouldn't chase it here. For example, I'm still long platinum at the moment, but I wouldn't want to chase the move right now. But I do still see gold, whilst it's under 1320, potentially that's a good area of value. The price it's at the moment, we could see the potential for more follow through as we go into next week if we build up momentum later on in the session. That then brings me over to silver, and silver is still hovering just under the $16 level. This is the weekly chart, and I really like the way the price structure has developed on the weekly here. A lot of support coming in around the July swing low, and then the of 2017, then the July swing low 2018, with springboarding off that level last week after the European Central Bank announcement. To me, this looks like also a 3 white soldiers formation that will get going as we go into next week, particularly if we break above and close above the $16 level, or if we break above that next week. Normally, silver delivers a percentage return over February of 3%, and obviously it's the first day of February today, so we've got the potential for a fair amount of upside as we continue over this month. My expectation is that over the month of February, we would be able to hold above 1600, and we could get a move back towards 1650 in terms of a forecast on there. Normally, silver week to week moves within about a 40 to 50 point range, but we'll continue to track that, and we'll recap on that with you as we go into Monday's session as well. And then if you want to have a look at, for example, oil, we actually hit our profit target on oil this week, around $55 per barrel for a 200-point gain. You've got that really nice V-shaped reversal pattern now on oil. If you look at that on the weekly chart, the formation that we've got at the moment, it looks really, excuse me, it looks very solid in terms of the price structure. What I would look at, we've hit our profit target this week, so I'm out of oil. I don't have any trades on this right now. We also hit our profit target on the sell short on US dollar CAD as well. So we hit 130 pips profit on US dollar CAD sell short, 200 points profit on our US dollar our US oil position. And where we're at the moment, we're consolidating below 55. What I would look at going into next week, I'm interested in buying back into a retrace back towards 52 to 55. We may not get that. If we do, I'm looking for evidence the price gets supported. If we break and close above 56 US dollars per barrel, the next major target is 60, basically, over the month of February. Normally, over the month of February, oil has some degree of a pullback in the first week of February, i.e. next week, but then gets going into mid-February and then starts to build a strong base going into March and also April as well. So that's what I would be looking out for. Where we are at the moment, the overall price structure does look like a head and shoulders pattern, nice V-shaped reversal. So I'm looking for the potential for more follow through, but I'm out now. I've hit my profit target, or we've hit our profit target, the Gold and Silver Club, on that. So have our traders, and we're just waiting now for the next entry, new levels as we go into next week. It's been quite a stellar move for the S&P 500 over the last week or so. It's now back above 2,700. This has really been steadily recovering over the last month or so since we bottomed out on Christmas Eve, and then it rallied significantly, capitulated on Boxing Day. We're now around the 6 week highs actually for the S&P 500. It's right at the upper end of the range at the moment. We'll be watching this very closely as we go into next week as well to see what levels we'll have going into next week, but we'll take advantage of the range-bound trade that we're seeing. But it's interesting, we're above the 2,700 handle now as we go into next week as well. If you put that on a monthly time frame, we've actually broken above the monthly highs as well. Inside candle from last month, and it's springboarded higher. So we've got a potential much larger bull flag on the S&P on higher time frames, which I'm looking out for as we go into next week as well. And then finally, with the commodity currencies, well, Australian dollar, normally over February, it's a strong performer. So I'm looking at pullbacks as buying opportunities, and also New Zealand dollar as well, which continues to push higher. I suspect we may get a 3 white soldiers formation on the New Zealand dollar going into next week. So another push higher on this going into next week again, and we could see pullbacks as buy opportunities. In gold here, it's getting back above or almost at 13.18 again. I would keep an eye on that. Certainly today, it might not last that long below 13.20 if it continues to hold and the US dollar rolls over, which it appears to be doing at the moment. But what we'll be doing, guys, we'll put out a fresh report over the course of the weekend. Again, most of you are likely subscribed to our YouTube channel already. If you're not, just go onto YouTube, search for the Gold and Silver Club. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any of our forecasts that we put out for the week ahead and the trade ideas that we discuss on that as well. I'll catch you back here also for next week's Commodities Corners too. So I hope that helps. I hope that gives you some ideas there for trading. And also, if you would like to actually become a private member of the Gold and Silver Club, with that, you get access to our exclusive live trading room webinars. You also get real-time trade alerts as well, and you get access to our trading research, our market insights. You get access to our private Members Academy membership site as well. You get access to support and mentoring too. So if you'd like to join us at the Gold and Silver Club, the link to do so, it's www.jointhelivetradingroom.com. Just click on that link, fill out the application, and we will get in touch with you ASAP. Okay, fantastic. Good. So with that, I wish you all a fantastic Friday. Good trading, and we'll catch you back here next week for the next webinars. And do make sure you just jump over to YouTube and make sure you've got access to our report that we'll be putting out over the course of this weekend, guys. Okay, so thanks again to Sharice and the team at binary.com. Have a great day, and bye for now, guys. Okay, all the best. Have a good one. Bye-bye.